Hi guys, welcome to Couponing. This is Splint Rose. How are you? Hope all is well with you. I'm doing fine, thank God. Okay, today I want to come to you with a couponing story. And you may say, well, how is the story that you're going to tell a couponing story, and how can you connect that story? Okay, but just follow me and you'll see it. Okay, guys, the year is 1993. The place is Jacksonville, Florida. The time is good times. And my youngest son and I had traveled to see my girlfriend who she had moved from the neighborhood where we all lived, and she had moved to a new neighborhood that was in Jacksonville, Florida. So we figured that we would go there to visit, and while we were visiting, we would go to Disneyland and enjoy Disneyland, and well, it was a Disney World. Anyway, the big place that's in Florida that the kids love to go. And at the time, my youngest son, let's say that was 24 years ago. He is 30. He was about 12. He was about 12 years old at the time. And I said, wow, after discussing it with my husband, and I said, wow, so this would give me a great opportunity to go and visit my friend, and her son was his best friend. So off we went to Disney World or Disneyland. I don't know which one is in Florida, whichever one, the big one. And so we went off to Florida to visit. And while I was there, my friend, she loves, back then, and that was over 24 years ago, she loves couponing and saving money and finding good deals on just about everything. So she was going to teach me the ropes or the tricks of the trade, how to do it and how to do it properly. So when we got there, Florida is extremely hot. So it was very hot there. And all we could do was go from the car to the house, from the house to the car to whatever place we were going, and every place was air conditioned. So we had done, we went and we did a few transactions, and I'm telling you, this was so long ago. It was probably long ago. What am I trying to say? As long ago as it was, some of you probably were not even born, or you probably were just little babies yourself or youngsters, and you couldn't do it. And if I had really started couponing back then, oh my God, I can imagine where I'd be today. With couponing, because a lot of the things that we have to deal with now as couponers, like expiration dates and products, the coupons expiring and not being able to use your coupons properly, that wasn't going on back then. So, we would go out and we would go out couponing. And I swore, I said, oh my God. And I would, tell her, I said, wow, this is absolutely awesome. I said, when I get back home, I'm going to tear up shopping. And we were going to like the supermarkets and stuff like that, getting all of these great deals and all of that. And so that was awesome for me. So, okay, this one night we had went to bed, and the next day we had planned that we were going to go out and do another haul. And of course, we went and we visited Disney World, and the kids really had a ball there. But this one particular night, we had said that we would go couponing the next day. It would be her, myself, and her daughter. So that night, when I went to bed, I slept in the room with her daughter. There were 2 beds in there, 2 twin beds. So she was in one bed, I was in another bed. And I had fallen asleep. And when I woke up, I was awakened by something, it just like hit me like in my breast, like bam. And so I jumped up and I looked around and looked around. The little girl was in the bed. She wasn't up. It wasn't her that had done it. And I sat up and I got kind of scared, so I said a little prayer and stuff like that. I said, what the heck is this? And so anyway, I think I told her about it the next day. And so she said, asked the girl, she said, girl, are you playing with Miss Morton? And she said, no, Mommy, I'm not playing. I didn't do anything. So anyway, we let that go. So, but we went out shopping, and you know, we caught some great deals. Okay, let's fast forward a little bit. So when I got home, so that was like around it may have been like in August or July or August. It was sometime around there. Okay, so now I get home, and you know, I'm at the stage now where I'm hearing about women examining their breasts and making sure that you don't have a lump or anything in your breast. Because making sure you don't have a lump or anything in your breast. So here I am. I'm in the where was I? I think I was in the shower, and I'm feeling all around. I said, okay, that feels good. Then I feel this, and I said, oh, Dip. I said, what is that? I could not believe it. So I did it again. I'm feeling around. I'm doing just the way they say you're supposed to. You know, you put your hand behind and how you're supposed to check your breast. And lo and behold, I feel a lump over here in my breast. I could not believe it. So I came out, I asked my husband, I said, honey, feel this, see if you feel something over here. And he feels around. He said, yep, I do feel something. So I went to the doctor. I made an appointment to go to the doctor. I went to the doctor, and when I went in, as soon as the doctor felt it, she was funny. She said, oh, son of a bee. She said, that's something. She said, you have to go now for biopsy. I said, go for biopsy? I said, what's going on? So she said, you got that lump. You got that lump back there. She said, and it's against the wall. It's not like in the breast and in the breast tissue. She said, it's against the wall. Okay, so that started a long, long, sad time in my life. Well, it was sad because I didn't know what was going to happen. So anyway, I went on into, from doctor to doctor. I got a second opinion. I went to like a cancer treatment center because to have a biopsy done. And sure enough, when I had the biopsy done, it came back positive. And oh my God, here I am, just 44 years old, and 3 sons, and a husband, and a house, and not knowing what was going to happen to me. So, you know, of course, every time something like that happens, you cry, and you say, well, why me? Look, Lord, I have 3 other sisters, and they're all full busted women, and I'm the one who was didn't start getting a little bit of titties until I was like 15 years old, and I'm the one who never had a big full breast or bust. So I'm saying, God, why me? Why me? What did I do to now end up with breast cancer? Because they had definitely identified that I did have breast cancer. So here I was, my whole life stopped. 44 years old, I was registered in this program that's called Assistant Principal Internship Program. I was in that program. I could not even finish out that first semester along with everybody else that was in the program. I had to go for 30, I think it was 36 or either 38 treatments of radiation to that breast area that had been affected by the carcinogenic tissue. And I had a lumpectomy. And a lumpectomy is when they take out the lump. And I went in that direction as opposed to having a mastectomy, because I didn't need that, because it was just concentrated in that area. And after they had tested lymph nodes and all of that stuff, they realized that it was just in that area, and I had caught it soon enough. Now, what's the significance in something in that dream? Well, it wasn't a dream. What's the significance in that bang that I felt on my breast, and I was alarmed and woke up and awakened in the middle of the night? And I believe that what that was just something letting me know that I needed to do that breast exam and go and get it checked out to make sure of what it was. Or if it was nothing, I would have been happy, but just sure to make sure that it was checked out. Sometimes in our lives, we'll get signs, or we'll get some kind of premonition or something like that to let us know that something needs to be done about something else. Okay, so I had the 36 rounds of radiation. I did not take the chemotherapy, and I'm going to tell you why. I figured that if the radiation was radiating the area where the cancer had grown, that would be enough. And at that time, my husband had researched and found out that I took these pills. Oh God, I had taken these pills that I think it said that something doesn't get cancer, but I forget the name of the pills. But they were supplements, and I took those supplements, and I took them faithfully, and I had to take off time from work. I wasn't at work for about maybe 3 to 6 months. I was out sick, and I needed that time because I needed to get back and forward to the doctor where I had to go for the radiation. And I did not opt for the chemotherapy. I said, well, if I was going to go, then I'd just go. I wasn't taking that. But I can say here today, 24 years later, I'm still here. I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. That I always say I'm highly favored. Not to be arrogant or anything, but I'm blessed. And I feel like, that I've come over having adversity placed in my life, but I was able to overcome it. And I thank God for it, first and foremost. And so, why did I bring that story to you now? Well, I brought that story to you now because this is the month of October, and this month has been dedicated to breast awareness and making sure that you get you take your breast exams, you go for your mammography, you take your mammogram. I've taken my mammogram. I do it every year. I take my mammogram. I do the breast exam just to make sure that nothing else comes. Okay? So I'm bringing this story to you because I want you to make sure that you go and get your breast exam. I want you to make sure that if you have young girls, that you make them aware and tell them, do not put your phones. I see a lot of girls with their phones down in their bosoms. Do not do that. Why? Because for some reason or another, there's some type of radiation in these phones that causes breast cancer. And they were saying that a lot of young women have been diagnosed with breast cancer, and they don't know where it's coming from. But when they researched it, they found out that these women have these cell phones, and they put them down in their bosom. I'm going to tell you something. Within the last month or so, I've told at least 3 young ladies to take those phones out of their breasts. And in each case, they knew that there was a problem with breast cancer and the phones, that there's association with that. All right, so anyway, guys, I wanted to tell you this couponing story, and I wanted to associate it with the breast cancer and let you know that it not only affects women my age, but it's young women, it's men, it's also men too. And I want to say to you, if at all possible, support breast cancer awareness as much as possible. Okay, so guys, that's been my couponing story. I tell you, I've been at this couponing thing for a long time, and I tell you, sometimes things happen to discourage us, to cause us not to continue to go in the direction that we need to go in. Because look, I picked up couponing later on. I've always been trying to coupon. I've always been one that's interested in it. So it's not anything that's new to me. All right, guys. So I hope I didn't offend anyone with the story, but it's something that we all need to be made aware of. I think you agree with me, don't you? All right, guys. Thank you for listening, and I hope that this story that I'm telling you on breast cancer and my experience with it, I hope that it can help you. Okay? Love you much. You see why I tell you I love you so much? Because I mean it. I really do. I love you much. I could have been gone, but God still has me here. And I feel like I'm still here for a reason. And I'm going to make sure that I spread love and spread positivity. Okay, guys. Thank you for joining me. Remember, share this video with somebody. This one is an important video. Share it with somebody that you love, okay? All right. Love you much. Bye-bye.